This is the Belling BELFWD8614 washer dryer in white, which we have been very kindly chosen to review by AO.com. So I'm going to start by talking you through my experience of this machine. First of all, I'll take you to the control panel. It's an 8 kilogram washer dryer and it's rated A for energy efficiency. So obviously we'll start off by switching the machine on using the on-off button in the top corner. Now you can use this button to select which function you're going to want to use. The My Wash function is a personalised feature where you can select what your typical wash is. So default is set to a cotton wash, which I think was 30 degrees and an 800 spin, but I've personalised it on here, you can see, to a 40 degree wash at 1200 spin because that's the wash that I would typically use. And you do that by pressing and holding on the temperature button when you're happy with it. So I could reset this now. And if I wanted my personalised wash to be 90 degrees, I would just press and hold it. And then it memorises it. So next time if I go off this and go back on, it's remembered that I want a 90 degree wash as my personalised wash, and it's changed the time accordingly as well. Just going to change that back. So I'll take you through some of the other functions on the washer dryer now. Some of them obviously quite self-explanatory, with obviously your cottons, your delicates, synthetics and wool. But you do have specific programs, for example, for jeans, for if you're only washing jeans. You've got the mix button, which is suitable for just a daily wash of a mixture of cottons, synthetics, jeans, textiles, all sorts of different things that you're putting together. And then obviously you've got your quick 15 and your rapid 45, which is more or less what it says on the tin. It's just a quick wash for things that aren't very dirty. So on the panel now, obviously I've chosen a My Wash function, and that's set to 2 hours 40 at 40 degrees with a 1200 spin. You can change the spin speed by just pressing this, and it's the same thing when you're on the My Wash setting. You can press and hold it and it remembers what spin setting you want. But if I was going to work now and I didn't want my clothes to be sat in the washer all day, I could select the delay function. So you literally press that and then you spin it you press it again to how many hours you want to delay it for. So I might delay it for 6 hours so that I know that when I come home from work, it's ready for me. I have tried and tested this out, it does work. You can go up to 24 hours in advance. I'll just show you that it goes right the way up. So you could do it a day in advance if you wanted to. And all you need to do to start the delay function, so if I wanted to delay it for 2 hours, I would just then press start, and then that would start the countdown of that 2 hours before it was to start, and that's the delay button there in the top corner that you can see. I'm just going to show you now as well what it sounds like when it's in a wash function, so that you have an idea of the noise level. I didn't find the noise level particularly bad. It was only really the same as what my previous washer dryer had been, but I think on the video it makes it sound worse because you're listening for it. But I think in a day-to-day setting when you're not really paying much attention, I don't feel like it's particularly loud. When it comes to drying your clothes, you select the dry only function and it comes up with the time that it thinks it's going to take based on the weight that you've got inside the washing machine. There's several different options for drying, so they come with different symbols, and when you press on the drying function here, obviously you've got this one here, which is the symbol for air drying clothes. Clothes are rotated to remove peculiar smell without water in a high temperature. Press it again and it comes up with another symbol. That one is for a gentle dry, only to dry slightly. Press it again, and then you have the normal dry, fairly self-explanatory, and then again the extra dry when you want to wear clothes immediately, and then you would literally just press start on that. Now I did have a go at using the dryer, and it came up that it was going to take, similar to this here, 3 hours and 59 minutes. Now I set it going and it was fine, but later on I wanted to go out before that 3 hours and 59 was up, and I don't like leaving the dryer on when I go out, so I wanted to stop it. Now, there isn't any instruction in the manual about what you're actually supposed to do when you want to stop the dryer before you're ready, before it's ready. So I literally went from what we used to do on our old dryer, which was you used to be able to turn it off, on or off at the top corner, and then it would stop and you'd be able to take your clothes out and see how dry they were. So I did that, but the door wouldn't unlock on this washer dryer. So when I turned it back on, then it started making a strange noise, which was slightly worrying. And then I ended up just leaving it off, and I came back to it 3 hours later and then it had unlocked. So that wasn't ideal. I don't know whether that was something that I've done wrong, but there's no instructions. I've read these instructions completely all the way through, and there's nothing to tell you how you want to stop a drying procedure midway through. So that is something that is probably going to be an issue for me. In terms of how the actual washer dryer looks, it's very futuristic looking. Obviously it's got the black glass in the middle where you would usually be able to see the clothes rotating, but you can't actually see them rotating on this one unless you look really closely. So I like the function button, it's very modern. I like the fact that it's a digital display. If you look inside the washer, this is what it looks like. We've got the place where you put your, I've not got it in a very good place, it's in the corner, but place where you put your detergents. So you've got detergent 1, detergent 2, and then in the middle you've got the softener place to put that. So all in all, I'm impressed with the washer dryer, but I have to say I'm not wowed by it. But I don't know how wowed you can be by a washer dryer. I think what tainted it for me was the fact that I couldn't stop the drying function halfway through without causing some sort of error, and that it didn't unlock for ages. That was a bit of a bugbear. But otherwise, I'm impressed with it. I would recommend it, but I wouldn't say that I'm absolutely wowed by it.